Masataka Yoshida has been on a tear so far this year, but is it enough for him to win Rookie of the Year? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and the 2023 first half is slowly coming to an end here. There's about 3 weeks left until the All-Star break, which for most people is the ceremonial end to the first half of a season. And with the Red Sox, there have been a lot of different storylines so far this year, but one of the biggest has been just how good Masataka Yoshida has been in the first half. He has been on an absolute tear in his first half season in the major leagues. But is it enough to give him a Rookie of the Year award? That's what we're talking about today. We are examining what Masataka Yoshida has done so far in the first half of 2023. We're going to talk about where that puts him in terms of AL Rookie of the Year voting, and we're going to talk about whether or not it is possible going forward for Masataka Yoshida to win a Rookie of the Year and what it's going to take for him to get there. But before we get into that, for those of you who do not know, this channel is partnering with Foco for the 2023 Red Sox season, and with summer coming around, the season of baseball, there's no better way to celebrate than with some new Red Sox apparel. At Foco.com, they have some of the most unique Red Sox gear anywhere on the internet. Foco, F-O-C-O, has everything from Red Sox slides, flip-flops, and sandals to Red Sox Hawaiian shirts and tank tops. They even have Red Sox sun hats. And for viewers of this channel, you can get a special 15% off everything store-wide at Foco.com when you use code REDSEATRADIO, all one word, Red Seat Radio at checkout. So head over to Foco, F-O-C-O.com, enter code Red Seat Radio at checkout, and get yourself 15% off some really awesome and unique Red Sox summer merch today. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. So like I said, so far this year, Masataka Yoshida is having a really impressive rookie campaign. So far in the first half of 2023 with the Boston Red Sox, Masataka Yoshida has an impressive .302 average with a .375 on base percentage and a .474 slug, which combines for an OPS plus of 128, which is about 28% more productive at the plate than the average player in baseball. To go along with that slash line, Masataka Yoshida also has 7 home runs, 36 RBIs with 17 doubles and 2 triples. Now, what's also really interesting about Yoshida's statistics so far this year is that he struck out only 30 times so far and has walked 25 times, meaning there's a real legitimate possibility that by the end of the year, Masataka Yoshida could be at the bare minimum even with walks to strikeouts. There's even a slight chance that at the end of the year, Masataka Yoshida finishes with more walks than strikeouts. That's why he's got such a high on base percentage right now. He's very, very good in the zone, and we've known that for a long time, even before Masataka Yoshida came to Major League Baseball. And that's a really great stat line overall for a player who has never faced Major League pitching before. But where does that put him overall in the Rookie of the Year standings? Well, right now, Masataka Yoshida, according to most major odds setters, that's FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, people like that who are setting the odds currently on the MLB season, have Masataka Yoshida either slightly or well below Josh Jung of the Texas Rangers. Currently, right now, Masataka Yoshida is the second favorite to win Rookie of the Year. So how do these two compare? Well, comparing them offensively, the Rookie of the Year race is quite literally neck and neck, because offensively, the numbers of these two guys are very, very similar. Masataka Yoshida has more doubles overall with 17 compared to Jung's 14. Masataka also has 1 more triple. They both have 1 and 2. That's not exactly a huge gap, right? Josh has about 8 more home runs and about 8 more RBIs. Masa has 2 more stolen bases. Again, not exactly a super impressive statistic considering Masa has 3 and Jung has 1. And also, I don't really know if Masataka Yoshida is fast or not, right? Sometimes he looks really quick on the base pass. Sometimes he looks like a refrigerator running. I have no idea whether or not Masataka Yoshida is fast or not. That has nothing to do with this Rookie of the Year race. It's just something I keep noticing and wanted to point out. Masa also has more walks and far less strikeouts than Jung has so far this year. But what's really interesting about these two guys is that their slash lines are completely different yet exactly the same. What I mean by that is Masataka Yoshida's average is much higher than than Jung's. He's sitting at 302. Jung is sitting at 284. Masa's on base percentage is higher than Jung's, but his slugging is much lower. And overall, that equals the exact same OPS, which to me is pretty fascinating, right? Masa has a much higher on base percentage, but a little bit lower of a slug, while Jung has a lower on base percentage, but a higher slug, and somehow they both equal the exact same OPS. However, right now, Josh Jung has a higher OPS plus, and to me, that is because he's been more productive in terms of run producing than Masataka Yoshida has been so far this year, right? Jung's slug is a little bit higher, Jung's home runs are a little bit more, and Jung's RBIs is a little bit more, and I think that's what's pushing him over the edge in terms of OPS plus. So again, if you're taking a look just offensively at these two candidates, they're both really neck and neck. The problem for Masataka Yoshida right now is the fact that it's not just based on offensive statistics, but it's in terms of how they are producing on the field as a whole. Because Masataka Yoshida may be neck and neck with Jung offensively, but defensively, Josh Jung definitely has the advantage. Currently, so far this year, Masataka Yoshida has a negative 0.8 WAR for defense in the 2023 season. Now, we all kind of knew that coming into the year, Masataka Yoshida wasn't going to be some star-studded Gold Glove candidate defender, right? He was never really advertised as that, and to be honest with you, he's not really a liability on the field by any means, but Josh Jung has been a possible Gold Glove type defender on the field so far this year for the Texas Rangers because he has a positive 0.9 WAR in his current position. And that's the biggest problem with Masataka Yoshida, because if the Rookie of the Year award was just based on offensive production, this would be a really, really close race. The problem is it's not, right? It's overall. And when you're looking at an overall player and how they are helping their team win, you look at WAR. And right now, Masataka Yoshida has 0.9 WAR, which is being held back again by that negative defensive WAR statistic, whereas Josh Jung has a 2.3 WAR, which is being uplifted by that defensive statistic. So while they're close offensively, it's not really a close race right now defensively. And to me, obviously, defense is the biggest thing standing in the way of Yoshida winning Rookie of the Year. So how can he win Rookie of the Year? And is it even possible? Like I said, right now, Masataka Yoshida is pretty far behind Josh Jung in terms of AL Rookie of the Year favorites, mostly because of the sort of whole picture type thing, right? Defensive metrics included, Masataka Yoshida falls behind Jung just a little bit. So going forward, one of two things needs to happen. Either Masataka Yoshida needs to come out in the second half and go absolutely insane offensively. I'm talking like a 320 average with a OPS plus in the high 130s, where he's starting to get productive at the plate, both slugging and on base percentage wise. He needs to start driving in more runs, and if he has a really crazy second half of the season, yeah, it's possible. The other possibility for Masataka Yoshida to slide into the favorite to win Rookie of the Year is for Josh Jung to fall off a bit. Now, obviously, I'm not hoping for him to absolutely fall off a cliff in the second half, but if his numbers slow down just a little bit and he goes from a 131 OPS plus to like a 123 OPS plus, and he falls off just a little bit in the second half, that could also leave room for Masataka Yoshida to continue what he's doing right now and have a pretty decent chance at winning Rookie of the Year. But again, it's not going to be easy for Masataka Yoshida to do this. One, because he's already performing at a high level, and two, because Josh Jung seems to be pretty steady and doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. On top of that, too, with Masataka Yoshida, it's a bit of an uphill battle in terms of storylines, right? I don't think the Texas Rangers by any means are some sort of Cinderella story, but I don't think a lot of people had them coming into the year and being as good as they are. Currently, they have the 6th highest odds to win the World Series, right? They are a true playoff contender. Most people are assuming that they're going to make playoffs and make a pretty deep run into the playoffs, whereas Masataka Yoshida is playing on a Red Sox team where, yeah, they've had some good moments, but for the most part this year, they've been sitting around 500, and yes, they're still in the wild card race, but in terms of storylines, Josh Jung's storylines with the Texas Ranger is more impactful than it is with Masataka Yoshida on the Boston Red Sox. So that's the other problem too. So to answer the question of whether or not it's possible for Masataka Yoshida to win Rookie of the Year? Yeah, it's completely possible, right? Is it probable? Not right now. Again, you're either going to need Masataka Yoshida to step up somehow, right? Somehow, some way, be more productive at the plate in the second half than he's being so far this year, or you're going to need Josh Jung to fall off offensively. I think it's going to be really, really difficult for Masa to come in and use his defense to bolster his statistics to the point where he's in a legitimate conversation for Rookie of the Year. So it's all going to need to happen on the offensive side of the ball, and that just makes it even more difficult. So right now, if you're going to ask me, and the season ended today, who's the AL Rookie of the Year? It's Josh Jung. But there's still a lot of time left to play, and I wouldn't fully count out Masataka Yoshida just yet. There are a lot of games left, and you never know what's going to happen. So in my opinion, at the end of the day, will Masataka Yoshida win Rookie of the Year is what this video is titled, and the answer to that question right now is no. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen because of how much time there is left in the season. So let me know in the comment section down below, do you think it's possible for Masataka Yoshida to win Rookie of the Year? Do you think it's likely Masataka Yoshida wins Rookie of the Year? And what do you think Masataka Yoshida needs to do to get himself to a Rookie of the Year award? Let me know all your thoughts on Masataka Yoshida and the Rookie of the Year award in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Don't forget, you are getting 15% off everything at Foco.com with code RedSeatRadio, all one word, Red Seat Radio. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the Red Seats.